Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me today for this masterclass on weight loss and getting fit. I'm Dr. Kerry Yerkew, and I wrote this book called The 100-Day Diet. It is on Amazon, and I put a link in the chat so you can click on that if you want to get the book. For years, I had struggled to lose weight. I grew up heavy. I struggled in my teenage years. It was definitely an area that I was conscious about or self-conscious about. And then what happened was I went through my adult life and exercised a lot. Like I liked running and I was very active. And I was active as a child too. But as a child, it just seemed like I kept putting the weight on, always buying those husky jeans and those bigger sizes. And then in my 20s and 30s, it seemed like the exercise kind of kept things in check, but I was always bigger, And then I really tried to lose weight in the last 5 years and failed at it. I kept trying different diets. I'd lose a few pounds and then basically gain them back again. And it became very challenging for me, especially as a healthcare provider, because you would think that I would understand the body and how it works, And so what I did when COVID started is I started digging into the science behind weight loss. So I wanted to know more about, how the body worked, what the research said about weight loss, and things that I could do and try and apply to get the weight off and keep it off. And this is where I really started to excel, because as I learned the science of, let's say, insulin and sugar, and glycogen in the muscles and the glycogen getting mobilized, and then how fat gets used, I started to get encouraged. I started to apply those things. And initially I lost a few pounds, and it was mostly just due to water coming off. And then what happened was I started to apply the other things I was learning. And then, half a pound a week started coming off. And when I looked at my chart, my graph, I could see this line going, straight down as far as where I started and where I was going to. And it continued, which was very encouraging, to the point where after 3 months, 100 days, I had lost 32 pounds. And I've kept it off. It's fluctuated a little bit in this range. And now I want to lose the last, I'd say the last 15 pounds that I need to lose. And I want to retain the muscle mass. So I really want to stay in good shape. I want to run a little bit quicker, do those types of things. So now it's more about losing weight and getting fit for me. So with having said all that, tomorrow I launch the Get Fit Masterclass, and that starts Sunday, January 15th. And I'm going to go over what's included in that masterclass, the cost of the masterclass, and a little bit more about that. So I'm just going to go to my screen here. So just 1 second, right there. Okay. So thanks for joining me today for this introduction to the Get Fit Masterclass. And in the masterclass, which I designed using Kajabi, you're going to be able to take this course at your own pace. The lessons will be released every 7 days, with the first one being released 3 days after purchase. So basically, when you sign up for this course, you're going to get the first lesson 3 days later. And between sign up and those 3 days, you're going to get some emails just explaining how you should prepare for this masterclass. So things you can do to get ready for it. Some tools you're going to need, like a digital scale, like a kitchen scale, like some foods that you're going to need, a grocery list, that type of thing. And so that's what'll be in the emails, just to get you started, to get you prepared, get your mind wrapped around what you're going to need to do. And then what we're going to talk about in lesson 1 is the basics of weight loss. So kind of the secrets that I learned and I shared in this book. So I'm going to talk about some of the secrets and things that really worked for me. So I'm going to outline what to expect in the course going forward. Then we're going to talk about a healthy eating plan. So what does a healthy day look like? I'll give you 2 or 3 examples of days recently where I did a good job myself. I got an A on the report card, so to speak, as far as the foods I ate. So I will share with you what a healthy day looks like, and then you can start to make adjustments to your eating plan. Now, everybody's different, and that's one of the challenges of weight loss is, there's different preferences. So some people like to eat meat, some people don't. Some people like veggies, some don't. Some people like smoothies and some don't. So basically, I want to make these lessons simple so you can basically take the ingredients you like and add them to your smoothie, add them to your breakfast, your lunch, or dinner, have some healthy snacks, and then start to track the weight loss and see the results. I'm going to go over the science of weight loss, how sugar is metabolized, how insulin works, how fat is burned up, how ketosis works in the body to burn up fat, to mobilize fat. I'm going to talk about all that and what you can expect as far as how you can feel and things you can do to combat things like the keto flu that many people talk about. And one of those things is just water and electrolytes, like I have right here. I have water, and I have this electrolyte puck right here called the hydrolyte in the water, and that's just helping to keep me well hydrated. I'm going to talk about physical activity. I didn't get started with physical activity until I would say about 4 or 5 weeks into my weight loss. So it wasn't a top priority. I didn't do it until I thought maybe I should go for a walk and see what that does. And initially I started walking. I couldn't run because I was too out of shape, too out of breath. And then what I started to do is just kind of do a little sprint. So each minute I would do like a 5-second sprint. And then I got to a 10-second sprint and 20-second sprint. You get the idea. And eventually I was able to run continuously. So I'll talk about running, walking. I'll talk about other physical activities like swimming, like doing weights, things that can not only help you to lose weight and increase your metabolism, but also can help to tone your body and help to get you fit in better shape. Then I'm going to talk about the mental and psychological aspects of weight loss. So I'm going to talk about what it takes mentally. And I think a lot of people fail when they're not mentally prepared. So maybe they try a fad diet, maybe they go on something where it's all protein or all fat, and then they start losing a few pounds, and then all of a sudden they gain a few back and they're not sure why, and they really haven't wrapped their mind around it. Or things like establishing habits, how to do that, new habits. And I'm going to talk about the science behind establishing new habits and how I advise my clients how to initially start with new habits and then how they'll become routine for you over time. I'm going to talk about sleep and lifestyle, very important, because a lot of people don't think about sleep and don't think about things like cravings and their lifestyle, their schedule, and how they can plan ahead for the day or the next day, even the week ahead, to have the right foods available, how to stay feeling full. And we'll even talk about things like intermittent fasting if you want to try that. It's pretty easy to do, and the different types of fasts and what's worked for me. I'm going to talk about that. And then the last thing is maintaining your weight loss. So once you lose 10, 20, 30, 50 pounds, you want to keep it off. You don't want to bounce back and go back to old habits, because that yo-yo effect becomes very discouraging, as I know myself. So you really want to lose the weight, keep it off, and be happy with your weight loss. Be happy that, be more confident, your appearance, your clothing that you buy, all those things are going to be kind of making you feel better. Last night I went out for dinner and I wore a jacket, and the jacket was a medium and it fit perfectly. And it was a really nice jacket and I felt great in it. And before I started this whole weight loss journey, I was an extra large. So just to compare, I've gone down a couple sizes, and everything fits better, so that's what I like about what I've accomplished. But there's still some work to do for me, still some pounds to lose, and still some physical fitness that I have to do to get in better shape. So that's what's in the master classes. The book is on Amazon. It's called The 100-Day Diet. And the book, the link I put in the show notes in the chat. So please click on that link if you want to get the book. It's in audio, it's in ebook and paperback. I've got the paperback here, so you can easily get that on Amazon. And then follow me on social media, on YouTube, and our podcast. Now, most of our channels were at True North PM. And so if you follow us on social media, like our video, and subscribe to our channels on YouTube and our podcast, you're going to get updates on the weight loss journey, how it's going. I've been doing my daily updates on what I ate the day before. I'm going to record that later this morning and just show you what I ate yesterday. And then I sometimes give you a little bit of a glimpse into what I've eaten today so far and how the day's gotten off to a good start, or maybe some things I have to watch out for. So please follow me on social media, subscribe to our channels on YouTube and our podcast, like this video, because it all helps us to get a little bit more traction. Now, the cost for the masterclass is $299 US. You're going to get 7 lessons over approximately 7 weeks, a little less than 7 weeks, because the first lesson's released 3 days after purchase. And then you're going to be able to self-study that. You're going to get a lesson every 7 days after the first one. Coaching is available. So if you need extra help, I am coaching clients right now, and you can sign up for one-on-one coaching. The way I do that is there's an introductory session where we get to know each other. And then after that, the sessions are once a week or once every 2 weeks for 13 weeks or 26 weeks, depending on which plan you're on. So basically 13 sessions where we continue to advance throughout the 13 weeks or the 26 weeks. We use Carb Manager, which is a great app and platform on desktop. And what we do is the person usually gives me their username and password for that. I check in, see how they're doing, look for trends, look for summaries of the week, point out some things that need to change, and then discuss those things with the client. So it's a very effective way to lose weight. So I want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you guys being here. The masterclass will kick off tomorrow. So tomorrow's our first day, but after that, you could still sign up for it. It'll be there. And I will give you updates on social media and on our channels on how it's going. I do plan on getting a Facebook group together as well, but just one thing at a time. So we'll get a Facebook group going where people can share how the journey is going for them and how the weight loss, how many pounds they've lost. And, I do encourage people to take pictures of themselves before they start, and then maybe weekly weigh in on the scale, weekly take pictures, and even measurements. Use a tape measure, because that all helps, that information to get you to where you need to be. So thanks again for joining me today, you guys. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon.